Hello, my name is Milena. I am an undergraduate student in pharmacy and a member of DOHaD. My research is entitled Impact of the Treatment with Mometasone Furoate over Pancreatic Beta Cell Mass in Rats. Synthetic glucocorticoids are anti-inflammatory and immunosuppressive drugs which are commonly indicated for treating asthma, rheumatoid arthritis, and multiple sclerosis, among many others. Glucocorticoids have good clinical efficacy, but when administered in excess, they may result in some adverse effects. Between the most significant are the alterations of the glucose metabolism, being reduction in the peripheral insulin sensitivity and glucose intolerance, the most common ones. The glucose intolerance is possibly related to an uncoupling between beta cell mass or function and the metabolic demand due to reduced insulin sensitivity, as observed in rats treated with dexamethasone. Most of undesirable metabolic effects of glucocorticoids occur through upregulation of genes containing glucocorticoid-responsive elements. A second-generation glucocorticoid, mometasone furoate, has been shown to preferentially bind in vitro to the farzinoid X receptors instead of the glucocorticoid receptors. This turns it into a candidate for maintaining the glucocorticoid's efficacy with lesser adverse effects. Currently, mometasone furoate is only used for topical and inhalatory purposes, and there is a lack of studies investigating its systemic effects due to its low bioavailability. Therefore, the objective of our research is to evaluate the impact of MF administration on rat pancreatic beta cell mass and to compare these findings with those obtained in rats treated with DEX. To achieve that, 3-month-old restore rats received daily injection of the following compounds during 7 consecutive days: corn oil or NaCl as controls, DEX 1 mg per kilogram IP or OG diluted in saline, and MF 1 mg per kilogram IP or OG diluted in corn oil. After the last day of treatment, the animals were euthanized and their pancreas were processed for insulin immunofluorescence. Beta cell hypertrophy, which provides an irregular shape to the islets, is an indicative of increases in beta cell mass. We observed that rats treated with MF through IP, as also observed for those treated with DEX through both IP and OG, showed islet hypertrophy. However, rats treated with MF through OG didn't show signs of hypertrophied islets. Both MF-IP and OG groups had an increase in the relative beta cell mass in comparison with the control group, just as the DEX groups. However, only the MF-IP group and both DEX groups had an increase in the absolute beta cell mass when compared to the control groups. We conclude that the treatment with MF through OG is not associated with an increase in beta cell mass. This data may indicate that rats treated with the anti-inflammatory MF through OG have either unaltered insulin sensitivity and glucose tolerance, or this unaltered beta cell mass is not sufficient to avoid glucose metabolism disturbances, a matter to be investigated. I would like to thank CNPq, which supported me with a PBIC scholarship, UFSC, LAMEB, which provided us the equipment necessary for the images acquisition, and the LDOC team. Thank you for your attention as well.